Hey everybody, what's up? It's Agent Nemitz and welcome back to another Minecraft Snapshot video. We're in Snapshot 17w48a, and that's the snapshot for 1.13. And there's actually been, this snapshot came out a week ago from the day I'm recording this. I'm recording this on Monday, December 4th. This snapshot came out a week ago, and then there was a snapshot that came out the week prior to that, 17w47a, that I never covered. And so we're going to be covering both of those snapshots in this video. So this is going to be snapshot 17w47a to 17w48a. And the first thing, I know that was a lot of information to take in, but it's just so you guys know what I'm going to be doing in this video. So first off, as you know, there was always this don't forget to back up this world before you load in the snapshot. But now, when you click on it, let's click on this one, it says, do you really want to load this world? And you can do backup and load, which will create a zip file of the world, so it'll back it up for you automatically. Or you can do I know what I'm doing or cancel. So that's kind of cool, and I hope I loaded the right world. I think I loaded the snapshot world. But yeah, so that is an option that you have now to back up, or to make a backup of the world automatically like that, because it gives you the option to, which is really cool. And I highly recommend going and backing up the worlds before you do this, because these snapshots implemented, they changed a lot. They changed the block ID. So there used to be, for blocks, there used to be like Minecraft gold ore, and then in parentheses it was like 001, or actually that's what stone was. It was like 001 or 01 or something like that. And as you see, there's no more numbers affiliated with these blocks, which is the so-called block ID. And so that's a big change to the game, and removing all that did a lot for the game. It makes it to where there's an infinite amount of blocks that they can add now. So that's really cool, but it's also, it could be possibly destructive, and because this is a snapshot, not a full release, they highly recommend backing up the world before you come in and test things out. So, and we're just going to get right into stuff here. And as you know, this is our snapshot world where we test all the snapshots. That's from our last snapshot, testing out the new horse model, which they actually slightly changed again. They changed the face shape a little bit, just so you know. But it's not a huge difference. They did make it look a little bit better. It looks a little bit more like the old one. They didn't change the mane or the tail or the legs. So it still is that new design, but it's not the same. So, all right, but let's just hop right into it like I was saying. And you probably notice things right off the bat. This is new inventory here. It's not a new inventory, but there's new blocks right away that you can see. There's the oak bark blocks. As you know, there's logs, but now there's the bark blocks, which you could get in the creative, or you could like force the world to make it with command blocks. But now they're an actual thing, and I'll show you what it is. Well, once I do this, it has this bark texture all the way around it, all 360 view, which is really nice because, you know, with the logs before, there was the ends on it like that. So now you can make it to where like trees have, you know, none of the oak wood showing, which you in real trees, like real life, there wouldn't be anything like that showing. So that's really cool, and they added that for every single block, which is really nice. And yeah, I mean, look at these are super cool, really nice. I really like these. These are going to be super nice for custom trees and stuff. And how you craft them, by the way, is, let me just show you. This is the same crafting recipe for every block here. And as you, here it is, it's in this, the recipe book, it's 4 logs in a square like that. And then you get 3 oak barks for that. And that's the same thing with every wood type. So that's super cool. And I really like that. This is a great addition to the game, is the bark blocks. But that's not the only wood differential thing, I guess, that they added. They also added, let me just see if I can find it by scrolling here. Oh, there's some new blocks that we just passed there. Oh, yep, here they are. Oh, yeah. So, as you know, in our texture pack, or the texture pack we use, the BOO texture pack, they or he implemented where trapdoors look like spruce trapdoors. Well, now they added that themselves into the game, but not just spruce trapdoors, for every trapdoor variation. So we're going to have to, because B-Dubs isn't really updating his texture pack anymore, we're going to have to go in and update the texture pack ourselves to change this back to the original and then recolor it to our texture pack. And same with all these. But yeah, so they added these trapdoors for every single wood variant, which is super nice. It's super cool, and let's just compare it to all the other blocks, I guess. I don't know, all the other wood types and stuff like that, just so you can get a feel for it as why it's so like important, I guess. That's just gonna look the same. Let's just do this, just so you can see like what I'm talking about with the. And this is ridiculous. Or wait, no. How do I do this again? I forget they changed it. /clear. Perfect. Alright, good. So yeah, we're just going to compare all the wood types here, just so you can get a feel for it. Ooh, that actually looks kind of cool. And then, of course, we're going to need these as well. And I know I didn't prepare any of this off camera. I apologize for that. I probably should have. But, ooh, that's the wrong thing. And bam, perfect. So that's super cool. They added that to go in this. This is totally new. These blocks down here, the bark blocks and everything like that, and the trapdoors. I'm really excited for these trapdoors. They're gonna give us a bunch of variation that we didn't have before, and yeah, I'm just super excited for that. But that's not the only thing that they added with wood. Another thing that they added is the variation in buttons, which is super cool. And don't worry, we're going to get into more of this video besides just this, so keep an eye out for that. Ooh, those actually blend in really nice with the textures. And let's do, there we go, perfect. But yeah, those actually blend in really nice with the like textures there. Like, I think they do, at least. Like the log textures. That's super cool. So they added the new buttons types. And those look really nice as well. I'm super excited about that. That's awesome. A great addition to the game. Alright, so those aren't the only blocks that they added into the inventory, or the creative inventory here. They added smooth varieties of certain blocks, and that's something else they added right there too, but we'll get into that later. See, they added smooth quartz, which is basically two quartz slabs stacked on top of each other. Smooth red sandstone, which is, again, it's like the top of the sandstone texture there, but all around. Same with smooth normal sandstone. And then they added smooth stone blocks as well, which is the stone slab, just same texture all the way around, which you could also get in the creative menu before, or like via command blocks. But that's something really nice that they added right there. And then they also added petrified oak slab, which back in the like 1.1 or 1.4 beta of Minecraft, there was oak slabs, the only slab or only wood slab in the game, and you had to break it with a pickaxe. And that's the same thing with this, and they actually gave it a name and a texture. You can't find it in the world. You can get it in the creative menu, or if you had your game reverted back, you will have these blocks. Before it didn't have a texture. It would be like a Gmod block, but now it actually has a texture, and you can texture it yourself, and so that's super cool. I hope I explained it enough. If you don't, ask me questions about it down in the comments, and I will explain it further. But the next thing that they added is with mushrooms, and so I'm going to showcase that. Whoops, I forgot that's something new that they added. It's with mushroom blocks and mushrooms, and you actually are probably getting a little glimpse of it right here. They added these new blocks. Well, as you know, these blocks were already in the game, these mushroom blocks here, but now they have the mushroom stem block, which you can silk touch off from a mushroom yourself. So let's just plant a few of these down. here and here, that'll work. But yeah, so these were already in the game here, these two. You had to silk touch those, and no matter what one grew, when you silk touch the stem block, these would come off depending on which version you had. And so now you can actually get the stem block, which is really nice, but that's not the only thing you can do. They also added to where you can get these poor blocks as well. Now, I'm not saying poor because they're like poor people or whatever, or poor like status. I'm saying like poor because there's like mushroom pores or spores. If you want to go there, you can get those blocks too. Of course, you have to silk touch this block to get it, but in this dumb weather clear, I tell you what, weather clear. Okay, so how you get it is you place down your mushroom blocks, whatever mushroom block you want, and then you completely surround it by the other ones, and look there, now you get the pour block. And once you silk touch it, it'll just go back to the brown one, it'll go back to this texture. But whenever you surround a mushroom block with other mushroom blocks, it makes that side turn into a pour block, which is really cool, something that wasn't implemented before, but now it is. And that's something that's super cool that like wasn't here before. So that's awesome. Alright guys, so the next thing that's implemented, this is only for creative, and it's pretty cool though. So how you get it is, well, yeah, you have to be in creative for one, and for two, you have to have commands active. So that's something that you have to have in order to get this. And then you type in /give and then your name, and then you type in Minecraft debug stick. There it is right there. I was trying to find it. Alright, so give H&M its Minecraft debug stick. And then as you see, I have the debug stick, and what that is, it's actually really cool, and it's something we're probably going to be implementing, is you can do a bunch of things with these blocks here, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Alright, so what you can do is, I think if you right click, yeah, it changes the direction that something faces. If you like pick block it, select facing north, and then look, see, you can change the orientation. Oh, see, that's the main thing right there. Look at that. That's super cool. Is you can have it do that little corner piece, or this type of corner piece that you, without having surrounding stairs around it, which will be really nice for, like, you know, for building and stuff. That's super cool. Something I'm super happy with and proud of. I hope they keep it in the game. Something else that you can do is with this, you can make it have the fence like extending out texture. North. Oh yeah, see, and then you just south and west. And see, look, you can do that. Or something else you can do that I watched someone find out is you can like place a button here. And actually, I want to try it with a wood or a stone button. Oh, there it is. I got it. Face to floor. Look at that. No, get rid of this. Oh, the button went away because I updated it. But did you see kind of what happened there? That was super cool. You can get like things to stack on top of each other. Like you saw, I had the stone on to there somehow. I don't remember how I did it. There it is. Oh, okay, I got it. But look, and then once you update the block, it goes away, unfortunately. But that's super cool. I like that a lot. And this stupid weather keeps wanting to come back. There we go. Alright, but yeah, see, that's something that's really cool, guys, that you can do. And of course you can do that same thing where you can have it like showing out in different directions. That's pretty cool. I like it. But yeah, so that's something new that they added is the debug stick, which is really, really fancy. Alright guys, so the next feature is with pumpkins and carved pumpkins. Now, in our texture pack, they have it to where, or B-Dubs has it to where the pumpkin has no texture on it, which they actually implemented two different forms of pumpkins in this now. The pumpkins that you find in the world and that you farm look just plain. They have this plain texture on it. And to get a carved pumpkin like this, you have to shear it. See? And then, so you right click on it with shears. It gives you 4 seeds, which is the equivalent to putting it in your crafting table and getting 4 seeds for it. But now it's a carved pumpkin, and that's something that's super cool. And so now there's 2 different forms of pumpkins basically, and that's just really cool. So they totally changed how pumpkins work in this game, and it's really, really cool. So this next thing that they changed is something rather small and something that you might not notice a whole lot in the world, unless you work a lot with hoppers, is they changed the bounding box. So you know how on certain blocks you would have it to where you can see the outline of it. Like let's do this again, just so you can see better. You see how the bounding box is on this here, and on the button, and on there, and the block. You can see a black circle around it. Well, with hoppers and anvils, it used to be the full block. So it would be the full block would be highlighted when you would be hovering over this. But now it's just specifically to the hopper and the anvil here, which is really nice, because before when you would try and click on a chest through the hopper, you couldn't because it takes up the whole block. Now it doesn't, which is, oh goodness. Alright, got it. Alright, and it works the same way when it's like facing this direction and stuff, so that's really nice. And then the same with the anvil here. It's now bounded specifically to the anvil, which I'm assuming they're planning on doing with fences when it comes to stuff like this as well, eventually, but they haven't right now. And something else that they did is, you see how there's that little lip sticking out over the block right there? Well, when you step up, you actually step up on the edge of that anvil, and it puts you up like a part of a block, puts you up those like 4 pixels. So that's kind of crazy. It kind of works like a slab now. Almost. It's a little bit less than a slab. So that's kind of cool. Something else that they changed. And just so you guys know, I'm trying to get through this quick because there's a lot to go through. And these are all the updates that were in 17w47a. Everything that I'm going over, and I'll tell you when I switch over to 17w48a as far as the updates that were implemented in each. So the next update here has to do with beds. And it's something that is changing the game kind of dramatically, because before you would be able to, when you're changing, like say you're changing out your floor in your house and you have a bed, you would be able to, you know, just break everything and then break under the bed, but oh, not anymore. It pops the bed off. And the same when placing a bed. You can't place a bed when there's a hole in the ground, which is not a huge change, but you can't place over holes in the ground anymore. So that's something to look out for if you're working on a house. And like I've done it before. I've been working on a house and mining under the bed to change the floor and stuff like that. So just be on the lookout for stuff like that. The next thing is something super cool that it's totally changing the game again, and this is gonna blow you guys away. You can now place chests next to chests. These are all normal chests here. You see, chest. They're not trap chests. You can do the same thing with trap chests though if you really wanted to. So like, see, I'll make a layer up here. Oh yeah, and also when you hold shift and place chest, no matter what, like next to it or not, it's gonna make a single chest. So you're gonna have to be careful when placing stuff like this. So like I have to do this in order to get it to place. Otherwise it's just gonna be a single chest. But yeah, so like, see, if I hold shift down and place a chest, they're all gonna be, these are all just normal chests that I'm placing next to each other. So you can now put chests next to each other, which will be way less resource intensive when you're building massive storage systems, because now you can just like, you don't have to make trap chests, which before costed a piece of wood, a stick, and like iron or something like that, and then put it into a chest. So it's going to be a little less resource intensive with wood and iron on a large scale. But yeah, and then it's less of a hassle because you can place them all next to each other now, which is something that's really, really nice. So this next thing that they updated is kind of small, but it's big for builders or people like me, because I have done things like this a lot. Before, you would have to place blocks underneath of a fence gate in order to place it, but not anymore. Not in this update. You don't have to have blocks underneath to place anything. Super nice. And actually the same thing with jack-o'-lanterns, which you did have to have blocks under before. Pumpkins and carved pumpkins all don't need things to pull or blocks under them to place. So this next thing is kind of small, but in your creative menu or in the world, the what was it, like monster egg brick is not called monster egg anymore. It's called infested stone or infested cobblestone or infested stone brick. It's not the other thing, monster egg brick or whatever. It's infested. So that's something a little small that they changed in this update. So the next and last thing for this update is they changed levers ever so slightly to where now you can tell when they are on. They have a specific particle effect that gives off that little redstone shimmer when it's on, when it's in the on status. So that's something that's really cool, is you can just see that little redstone particle fluttering up every now and then to tell when the lever is on and when it is not on. And that is actually everything for this update. So now we're going to move on to everything in 17w48a for updates wise. And the first thing is to silk touch snow layers. So let's grab some snow layers real quick, and let's grab a shovel. There it is. Okay. So yeah, you have to silk touch it, and bam, see, you get the layer of snow back. Depending on how many layers it is, that's how many layers of snow you will get back. Alright guys, so the next thing in this update, it's very small, but it could be very useful in certain things. Like maybe for dragging mobs into the nether, is you can now cast a rod through, there you go, you can now cast a rod through a nether portal, which is very fancy. It's something you couldn't do before, but now you can. So go on and cast some fishing rods through another portal. The next thing, I can't actually show you the change because I personally do not have a cape, so I can't show you, but cape physics have totally changed, because before, when you would be riding a minecart or a horse or anything that is making you move fast, like a boat even, your cape would freak out behind you. Now they totally changed it to where it's really smooth and it turns with you as you ride. And that's something that's needed changing for a while, and they finally changed it. So that's something that's really cool, actually. Alright guys, so this next thing we actually do need the rain for, surprisingly. And it is that rain will now put out fire arrows. As you saw, I have flame on this bow. So watch. It'll shoot out as fire. As soon as it touches the rain, it will put it out. And so I'll just do a few examples here, because I'm undercover here. And so I showed you doing it like this, and it puts it out instantly. Or whenever the rain touches it, see, it puts it out. So there's that and that. So the next update, or whatever, that's kind of small, kind of large, is you can place torches on pumpkins now. Holy cow, guys, it's a whole new game, it's a whole new world. Alright guys, so this next update is when you're in the nether, and it's actually kind of cool. It's different, but I think it was meant to be a joke. And it's when you're in the nether and you place a bed down, and then you right click on it. That was why. Okay. So now it says Agent Emmons was killed by intentional game design, which is something that was kind of funny. I think that they did. Maybe not. You never know. So the next update is very big. This is a very big update to the game, and it was a major feature that they just added, and it is that data packs are now in the game. So that means, well, data packs were in the game to begin with, I guess you could say, or, well, as of like the last Snapshot video I did, but they're now like you can disable them, and like crafting recipes will go away. So like, as you know, you get the basic crafting things from like these things here. Oh good, new advancement, yay. So when I go to craft something in a crafting table, it'll show you the options of things I can craft here. Like I can craft this stuff right now, but they put the custom, let me put this back on peaceful. They put the recipes into the data pack now. So if I go / disable vanilla, yep. So I disabled the vanilla data pack, and then I go into here, and as you can see, I can't craft anything, which is kind of fancy. You see, I can't craft anything. So then if we go and enable it again, we go down to enable, and then vanilla, all those things come back. So that leaves it wide open for custom recipes, for everything like that to be in the game. And actually, I saw a video the other day of how to make custom recipes in the game, and I'll leave a link to that in the description. It's by Exumavoid. He showed how to make custom recipes and put it in the game. So I think I'm going to be doing that in the Building with Agent Nemesis world, maybe eventually. And so be on the lookout for that, guys. So as we draw near to the end of this video here, I just want to say there's no more updates that, like, as of right now, that we have found in this snapshot here. But everything that we're getting is really cool. It's totally changing the game, innovating, and I'm really excited for it myself. And Dinnerbone, who is like the main dev or developer down at Mojang for Minecraft, he stated that there's only one major feature left to implement in 1.13. So this update is going to be coming out rather soon. They're still squashing all the bugs that they're finding in the game, and like tweaking and changing everything to be just right, so that way we don't have many issues when the release comes out. But 1.13 is coming out very soon, guys, and I just want to give credit to where I found all these things, all these like implemented items from. I got all this information from Cubfan135 and Exumavoid. They made great videos on it, or great snapshot videos, and that's where I got all my information from to make this video. So I highly recommend going and checking them out, because they basically made this video happen, I guess. So I really appreciate them making their videos on this so I could, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video. So take care, have a great day, and bye-bye.
Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Life could be a dream. And I think I'm plans will come true. And I think I'm my whole life loving you. Life could be a dream, sweetheart.